Fellow Amazonians, good morning, good afternoon, good evening across the globe, wherever you are. This is Pascal Kiki, the Logistic Chief of the ADF. So I come here today purposely to ask some critical questions. I'm here to ask some questions. We need to. I want us to ask some critical questions because for the Norwegian government, they think that they can sort of silence us and keep us quiet. So I want us to ask some critical questions, fellow Amazonians. So the Norwegian government thinks that when they lock up our leader, they are going to silence the revolution and keep us quiet. Now, is Norway a functional state? Does Norway function under laws? Does Norway have, a legal system? The question we have to ask Norway is, why do they pretend globally and call themselves defenders of human rights, champions of democracy, champions of free speech, defenders of people's freedoms? Why do they pretend globally and call themselves, people who stand for human rights? And at the same time, they are violating the rights of other people. Now we ask these questions. Does Norway have a legal system where you can just pick up somebody and jail the person indefinitely? Is that the type of legal system that exists in Norway, where you pick up someone and jail the person indefinitely? You don't charge the person, you just lock him up and keep him there indefinitely. Normally, in a state of law, when you arrest somebody, you levy the charges on the person, and you give the person the opportunity to defend himself in the courts. The leader of the ACN, Dr. Ayabacho, has been jailed for over 6 months in Norway. And up till now, they have not defined the charges. We don't know who laid charges on Dr. Ayabacho. The Norwegian government has never revealed to us the person that laid charges or reported Dr. Ayabacho to them. The Norwegian government has not even openly proclaimed the charges. The only thing we heard from the Norwegian government is that Dr. Ayabacho ordered for the closure of brasseries in Ambazonia. Bring him to court, let him defend himself. You can't lock somebody up indefinitely. Is that part of the Norwegian laws? Is Norway that claims and stands for human rights, is that how they exercise laws? Or is it because Dr. Ayabacho is a black person? Is Norway openly exposing their level of racism, their degree of racism? Are they defending their card of racism white supremacy globally? Where you pick up somebody because of the color of his skin and you lock him up indefinitely, is that how Norwegians treat their citizens? You cannot pick up somebody and jail the person indefinitely. What are his charges? Give him his chance to defend himself on the charges that you are bringing on him. If the only thing we've heard from the Norwegian court is because he shut down the Brazil to Cameroon, bring him up, charge him, and judge him. You can't lock somebody indefinitely. Does Norway think that when you jail our leader, you're gonna silence the revolution, our quest for freedom? Does Norway think that when he jails our leader, we're gonna stay quiet? We're gonna fold? If that's the trick that you have in your trick bag, think twice. Is Norway showing that it's a barbaric state, a lawless state where you can arrest somebody and you jail the person? What are his charges? The ones we have heard is because he shot down the brothers to Cameroon. Give him his day in court to defend himself. You cannot lock somebody up indefinitely. And then you champion, you parade yourself as a civilized nation, a civilized state of people who uphold human rights. Is Norway trampling on the rights of Dr. Yabacho because he's a black person? The same Norway that fought tooth and nail, put up a heavy resistance against the Nazis when their state was occupied. And they are depriving us from fighting for our own human rights. Norway pretends and stands for human rights, claim that he's helping the refugees in our territory, has an office in the northern and the southern zones, pretending. That's those things that they call NGOs. They are intelligence gathering cells. Don't they see what is going on the ground? When did Norway call out like people to Cameroon for jailing people indefinitely in their dungeons? When did Norway call like people to Cameroon for picking up people in a foreign nation, collaborating with Nigeria to cross international boundaries and bring up somebody that's a refugee in Nigeria? When did the Norwegians call that out? But then you pick Dr. Yabacho and lock him up without charge. We have not heard his charges. You have not given him his day in court. You have kept him there indefinitely for 6 good months. Is that how civilized nations behave? Are you doing this because he's a black man? Are you doing this because he's different? Does Norway take their own citizens, white citizens, and jail them indefinitely without giving them a day in court? What is his crime? Who levied charges on him? Who reported him? We don't know that. What is his crime? We don't know that. You keep him indefinitely for 6 months and counting in your dungeons. Are you carrying the global card of racism, white supremacy? Any Norwegian and a Norwegian government, shame on you. Don't stand anywhere in the world and talk about human rights. Don't stand anywhere in the world and talk about freedom of speech. Don't stand anywhere in the world and say you are defending democracy. You are defending people's rights. You expose yourself as an oppressive nation. Picking and choosing the laws and the rules that suits you. Then you come and you claim how you stand for human rights. You are a civilized nation. We are not going to sit quiet. We'll keep on asking Norway, what is his charges? Give him his day in court. If you have a functional system, let him defend himself. You cannot lock up somebody indefinitely without giving him the opportunity to defend himself over what charges you have for him. If the charge that you've heard so far is because he shot down Brazil Cameroon, give him his day in court. Let him defend himself. You can't detain somebody indefinitely, violate his human rights, and then you stand and claim to the world that you are a defender of human rights. And I ask, is it because he's a black man? Are you openly exposing your racial white supremacist card globally? We'll call it as it is. Release Dr. Ayabacho if you have nothing on him. If you have something on him, give him his day in court. You cannot lock him up indefinitely. If you call yourself a state of law, a functional state, that's what functional states do. You don't pick up somebody and lock him indefinitely. Charge him for whatever you have to charge him and give him his day in court. But 6 months is too much for you to deprive someone of his human rights, his freedoms. You fought tooth and nail in the 40s. You fend up the Nazis. You took risk. You had cells that fought to overcome oppression, occupation. And we are fighting for our own selves, fighting against the occupation of our land. But then, you kneecap us. You kneecap us by locking our leader without any charges, indefinitely for 6 months, depriving him of his human rights. Shame on you. You think you keep our leader in your jail and will sit quiet and then you language? No, we'll keep on asking you. As long as the AGOVC lives, or as long as I, as a member of the AGOVC live, will keep on putting out audios and asking you, what is his charge? Release him. If you have nothing on him and you have nothing on him, as we know, release him. Save faces. Stop participating as an oppressor and exposing your nature or globally. Release Dr. Yabacho. We'll keep on asking that question to you. I will keep on calling you out. Either for your discrimination, racial discrimination, or your two-tier laws. One meant for other race of people, one meant for you people. And then you stand up and call yourself defenders of human rights. Till you release our leader, we'll keep on asking you that question. We'll keep on calling you out. We will not rest till our leader is out of your dungeons. You are depriving of his human rights. You are depriving of his freedoms. And don't stand anywhere and play this agent of double speak that you defend human rights and freedoms. Did you question why they were jailed? Did you question why they picked them up in Nigeria, across international boundaries, and came and locked him up in Cameroon? Is there no violation of international laws? We didn't hear you question that. Gone are those days when you think you have that, you play that paternalistic tendency on Africans. We'll keep on asking that question until you release Dr. Yabacho. Stop exposing your hypocrites. Stop exposing your hypocrisy globally. Release him. You can't jail him indefinitely without any charge, and you don't give him his day in court to defend himself. It's a crime against humanity. You are violating his freedom, his human rights. The Norwegian government, you are perpetrating crime against humanity and violating his human rights. Release Dr. Yabacho. We'll keep on calling you out to do the right thing. Act rightly. Stand for what you preach. Fellow Ambazonians, there's also a couple of things I want to ask us as a state of people. A lot of us have cheered Traore across the world, Ambazonians across the world, and within Ambazonia. Oh, Traore, he's doing a good thing. He's fighting blood and soil to take back the sovereignty of his nation. All of us are jubilating, shouting. We are happy. Even to Liberia, Cameroon citizens, they're happy about what he is doing. This question is for Ambazonians. One of the strategic things that Ibrahim Traore has done, is having a sovereign fund where they contribute and put resources in that sovereign fund, purposely to defend their homeland. They pay the contribution that they can be able to arm their patriot volunteers. That is even different from their armed forces in defending their homeland. That is equivalent to Ambazonian liberation tax. They pay to defend their homeland. The Burkina Faso people, they pay to defend their homeland. They have a sovereign fund. I think as of now, the first quarter of this year, they have contributed close to $40 million. Everybody is paying to defend their homeland. the land of the upright people. A lot of us are cheering Traore. The policies that the Ambazonian Governing Council puts is totally in alignment with what the Burkina Faso people are doing. We talked about liberation tax that every Ambazonian should be chipping in their own once a year. But the Burkina Faso people are doing it on a monthly basis. They have a certain percentage of salary that they put it to defend their homeland, to defend their freedoms, to bring peace in their land, to fend off the jihadists. When the AGOFC brought this same, we bring in the strategy of contributing to your liberation tax. It's the same as the money that the Burkina Faso people are putting in their sovereign funds to buy weapons and to arm their volunteers, the patriot volunteers, to defend their homeland. That's the same policy that the AGOFC did put on ground. Ambazonians, we are jubilated that Traore is doing good in his country. Those are some of the policies that the AGOFC has brought into Ambazonia. We can be able to beat the people of Cameroon hands down if we just stick to one basic thing: contribute your liberation tax. Liberation tax is not a foreign thing. It's not a foreign concept. Nations, Burkina Faso is doing it. Mali is doing it. So when we ask Ambazonians to contribute a liberation tax, it is something that is going to help us to defend our homeland and push these invaders and occupiers out of our land. That's the same thing that Burkina Faso is doing. They have a sovereign fund that they contribute strictly to arm their patriot volunteers to defend their homeland. Equivalent to the liberation tax that we have asked Ambazonians to contribute so that we can be able to arm our fighters to defend our homeland and push the barbarians out. People thought it was a foreign concept. We're not creating that. It happens and Burkina Faso has a revolution. There's a revolution going on in their land. That's the same thing that we are undergoing. We are playing this under the same playbook. Contribute your liberation tax. It is a moral and a civic responsibility. People are jubilating. Oh, Traore, look, he is doing a good job. And that's the same thing that we want to really bring for Ambazonia. The only way that he has realized that he can fight the jihadis that have been supplied by the West, endless weapons, is making sure that they have a sovereign fund that the people continuously contribute so that they can buy weapons to be able to fight and defeat the jihadis that have been sponsored by external forces. That is their own liberation tax. And I do it on a monthly basis. We ask Ambazonians to do it once a year. And people thought we were creating a foreign concept. Ambazonians, contribute your liberation tax. If you want freedom, that's the least you can do. Contribute so that our patriot volunteers on the ground can fight and push out these terrorists in our territory, like the Cameroon terrorists in our territory. That's the same thing that Burkina Faso is doing. The same thing that Mali is doing. We are bringing revolutionary solutions to solve our problems. Long-lasting point, we're kicking out these people. Make sure that we have consistent funding for our fighters. You never fight a war. War is costly. Freedom is costly. And we're not bringing foreign concepts because other forces in other areas that are fighting a revolution, they are applying the same things that we are proposing to Liberia. We are proposing to Ambazonians. Pay your liberation tax across the board. I did the math. We can raise $1 billion. Sorry, 1 billion CFA. We can raise 1 billion CFA annually to arm our fighters to be able to take the people Cameroon out of the land. If everybody is paying his liberation tax, it's not a foreign concept that the AGOFC brought. I'm saying is Burkina Faso, Mali, they are doing the same thing. We don't come up with a foreign concept that's not working. And theirs is working. Why not apply? We said men should pay just 10,000 CFA per year, annually. Women 5,000 annually. Diaspora is $100 a year. African diaspora $50 a year. That's all we are asking. Contribute your liberation tax. It's the same thing that Burkina Faso, Mali, they are doing. to give security in their land. We need it. We don't really ask much for we're not asking much for Ambazonians. Contribute. We have seen the positive effect of it since it initiated liberation tax. It's not a foreign concept. Other liberation, other lands that have a revolution, they are doing the same thing that we are asking Ambazonians to do. And I want to say this. Pa Aben Mukong, he fought and died fighting for our freedoms. Pa John Lutumbe, he lived his entire life fighting for our independence. I see some stupid write-off from some people that, Ambazonia was a project, it's a failed project, we should forget about. No. We are never going to relent our effort to fight for our freedom, to fight to free our land, to have a sovereign nation. We will never give up. Never give up. Those people who are talking about no, those are the ones who came as profiteers. We don't want those type of people to even stand in nation building, because they're the one who will bring that bad attitude in our land. We will fight the last man standing. We will fight till the people leave our land. We've already defeated it. It's just for us to put certain things together. You see, the more they try to continue to hold us, the more their land is disintegrating. Look at their roads. Look at their streets. Look at how dysfunctional the nation is. They will disintegrate. We've been saying from the egg the more they try to hold us, that land is going to disintegrate. And it's going to implode. For them to keep their nation, they should get out of Ambazonia. So the concept of liberation tax is a requirement in Ambazonia. It's not something that it's an abstract concept. Other places we are screaming, oh, Traore, Traore. That is what he's implementing in his country, to be able to have resources to fight the jihadis and grant peace and stability in his country. Mali is doing the same. So when we ask you to contribute liberation tax, just a little token. People think we are just like we are just being crazy. No. I want to say this. The freedom of Ambazonia will also free La Republic of Cameroon. This fighting that we are fighting them is a stepping stone to freeing them. Their slave master, France, is yanking their chains to fight us. We are going to free them also. We'll break loose from that chain and we're going to free them also. One thing I want to say to you, Ambazonians, is this. You see the desperation that France is putting across Africa. They are very desperate. They have lost a whole swath of territory with all the resources there. Their economy is tanking. You heard one of the presidents said, the day Africans rise up and kick France out of Africa, France will devolve into a third world nation. They have lost a high amount of, their freebies in Africa, in the AAS states. Their economy is in a serious crisis. That's why they do everything possible to cling on to whatever territory they have in Africa. We should be ready to go the extra mile, cover all 9 yards to push these people out of our territory. We must not and will not relent to fight for the liberation of our land. People have fought more than 30 years to free their land. Those who cannot fight, sit down. Don't block the pathway. La Republic of Cameroon, we will never have entity to that nation. I ask some people, I hear some people talking of, I have had some conversations with some people that are talking of, they're bringing up some concepts of, how do you call it, maybe a confederacy or whatever. Where did we start off with these people? Can you ever, as Ambazonia, trust like the Cameroon for any way, in any way, shape, or form? A country that is still under chains, and their slave master is tightening the noose on them. You think we can, after having shed our blood, toil, is a curse for those of us still living in this generation. It's a curse for us to betray our valiant fighters and those that have gone before us. It's a curse. We should have that tenacity to fight and be ready to give it our all, even our lives. Homeland or death. That is where we stand. We should be ready to fight, give it our all. The worst thing that can control someone is fear. Don't be afraid. You are afraid, you live as slave. Fight and own your destiny. Fight for your sovereignty. No African nation, all these Francophone countries, the only 3 African Francophone countries that are free now are the AES nations. They have their sovereignty now. We should be able to fight wherever we are. Fear is pitiful. Being frightful for what? We see some of us sit in people's lands. They fought to build their land. They fought blood and tears. They shed it to build their land. And some of us come and we're leeching off in that land. And when it's time, when it's a call of duty for us to fight for our own land and preserve our future generations, so want to just stay and leech off from other people's sweat and suffering and stay quiet. It's unfortunate. All of us that are out, let's understand. We see the turns, you see how the tides are turning. Wherever you are, you feel you are comfortable. You are not. The only place as Ambazonian can be comfortable and have a peace of mind is being in Ambazonia, staying in Ambazonia. That's the only place you can find peace. As long as you're out of that land, you won't find peace. No matter how comfortable you are. Look at where we live in the United States of America. They are revoking people's TPS status. They are revoking people's TPS status. Some people who thought, oh, we are settled. Even some of us who have green cards, even some of us who have citizenship in some of these countries, laws can change, things can change. Where do you call home? You think you are comfortable wherever you are out of Ambazonia? Think twice. This regime that we have in South America is showing you that you might think and feel comfortable that you are a citizen in a nation out of Ambazonia. They can change laws and yank your chain and you'll be out of that land. There is no place like home. This regime in South America is telling us something. Don't shoot your head in the sand and think that you get up and the problem. No. It is showing us that you can become a citizen out of Ambazonia and they can revoke your citizenship. Where you go to? Fight for something that you own. If the shit hits the fan, if you want to stay out, you know you are going home. Look at the state of Israel. Wherever they are across the world, they know the moment they set their feet in Israel, it is home. They have a homeland, they have a state. Fight and keep own Ambazonia. If you want to stay out, know very well that if the shit hits the fan anywhere across the globe, you will go home. But do the work now. This is where the rubber meets the road. We are fighting for a just cause. That's the first thing you have to understand. It is our real estate. It is our land. It is our possession. It's our God-given right to fight for what we are fighting for. We are not stealing. We are fighting for something that was robbed from us. And that's the only place. As long as you're out of Ambazonia, that's the only place you can find refuge and consolation. Fight to free it. Like I said, they have revoked some people's TPS, temporary protection status, in the United States of America. It shows that wherever you are across in this world, if you claim citizenship and think you are comfortable, they can still revoke your citizenship. And where will you go to? A stateless citizen. That's why you have to secure your own homeland now. So that whatever is happening as the world is changing, the geopolitics of the world is changing, fight and make sure that you are clearing a place where you can call home. You think it cannot happen? They have pushed out of US citizens, born and bred US citizens out of America. This regime has done that. So when you sit there, you think you are comfortable. Think. The only place you can call home is Ambazonia. I'm saying to all Ambazonians, the only place you can call home is Ambazonia. Fight and make it free. Even if you are out when the shit hits the fan, you can run back home and stay safe there. This regime is reminding you of something. You might feel comfortable wherever you are. The only place you can call home is Ambazonia. I say this to all Ambazonians. Think. Get back and recommit into this revolution. Let's free homeland. Don't blink. Continue to contribute to the Liberation Tax Fund. Those who want to contribute also to the diplomatic push, contribute. There's nobody who's going to come and help us. The world is defined by interests. And we have to fight for what is rightfully ours. Freedom is never handed. You seize it. And that's what our villains on the ground are doing. They are seizing our freedom. Some people think this is a movie where everything is supposed to be action, action. No. It's like a wave. It goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. But it's moving forward. That's how the revolution is. This is the least liberation fight is. If you are tired, stay out. Let the patriots keep on fighting till freedom comes. It's not marked. This fight, the battle for the liberation of Ambazonia is not marked by time. The time is when we are free. The greedy ones who came in and thought they could cut corners, and so that when they free a homeland, they will go hold positions and start feeding fat from those positions. Those are the dirty ones that are calling, say, oh, let's throw in the towel and give it so that we can go get any crumb for like Cameroon. That was not what we were fighting for. That was never what we were fighting for. We were fighting for total and unconditional liberation of Ambazonia with our sovereignty. That's what we have been fighting for. And we will keep on fighting for. Stand firm, nationalists. Stand firm, our soldiers on the ground. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. We owe it to our future generations. We owe it to our valiant soldiers, our brothers and sisters who have fallen in battle. They fell in battle for total and unconditional freedom of Ambazonia. That's what we who are still living, that is our task. That is our duty. That is our responsibility. We owe it to them. And we owe it to the future generation. We are the connection between those that have fallen to liberate Ambazonia and our future generations to come. We owe this to them. Keep fighting. And I still remind all the diasporans, things can change out. Don't feel comfortable that you are citizens in countries where you are and you think that you sit down nothing. Things can change out. This administration is showing you that things can change. They can yank your citizenship out of your hands. They can change laws and things change. Where will you go to? Where will be your homeland? Fight and free homeland so that if anything is happening in the future, the years and years to come, you have so we can go and rest and be at peace with yourself. Homeland or death. Don't blink. Stay focused. I will keep on asking Norway the question. What is your rationale for jailing Dr. Yabacho? If you have nothing on him, acquit him. Let him go. Let him go. Like our leader always tells us, don't blink. Stay the course.
Shake, shake, no day, our voice will resound. Ambazonia's people will never back down. The chains are broken, the pain is gone. Freedom is ours, and a new day has dawned. Shake, shake, no day, no day, no day. Rise to the day, the day, the day. Shake, shake, no day. Ambazonia stands strong. We're marching forward where we belong. From the rivers to the peaks, our strength will grow. The dreams of our forebears in us brightly glow. Our heroes, heroines, their fire still burns. We honor their fight with the justice we've earned. Shake, shake, and I'll win. No day, no day. Rise to the day, the day, the day. Shake, shake, no day. Ambazonia stands strong. We're marching forward where we belong. We are building today for the children to come. No more tears, no more sorrow for anyone. Our flag will rise high, its colors display. Ambazonia's bright future starts today. Shake, shake, over. No day, no day. Rise to the day, the day, the day. Shake, shake, no day. Ambazonia stands strong. We're marching forward where we belong. We'll shake off the fear and cast out the doubt. Our spirits will rise, there's no turning out. Freedom is our anthem, justice our creed. Shake, shake, no day, with love we will lead. Shake, shake, but that, no day, no day. Rise to the day, the day, the day. Shake, shake, no day. Ambazonia stands strong. We're marching forward where we belong. Shake, shake, no day. The future is bright. Ambazonia will shine like a beacon of light. With every heartbeat, our message will be sent. Shake, shake, no day, until the very end. A cruise boy to sing.